So specifically, can you just speak on how Fred was an anchor in King's ability to be received internationally based off of the work done here in Birmingham?
So, Fred Shuttlesworth is a co-founding member of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. So he was right there at the beginning with King and Abernathy in '56 when they decided to come up with this overarching organization that would have other organizations come up under it to kind of keep these movements and these campaigns and things going. And so, he was there for all of the strategies and all of these things,
Right.
And so they were in Albany, Georgia for some time and really didn't have any great concessions. They didn't really have any wins.
Yeah.
And so Fred seeing this, he's thinking like, nah, we need to tackle something where you're going to get the kind of pushback
Right.
that you need.
Right.
And knowing who Bull Connor is and how he is, Fred knew that, it's a good time to tackle Birmingham.
Yeah.
And Fred also understood the media and how the media worked, and he knew that right now where King went, the media came as well. And he knew that he needed a media presence in the city of Birmingham to have the success that they needed, to see how bad Birmingham really was.
Right.
Now, I don't think he anticipated the dogs and the hoses and things of that nature.
Right.
But they knew that Bull would push back.
Right.
Whatever it was. If it's arresting children or, whatever it was, they knew that he would push back. Because at first, I don't even think the concept of the children was the original concept. That was something that evolved in strategy as they went along.
Right.
And they saw that the adults really weren't wanting to do what King was talking about doing.
Right.
And so,
and this is in what year?
This is starting in '62.
So it started in '62, going into '63. So this is when they are starting to essentially execute some of the ideas in this time, and this is, for those that may have seen some of the videos and the pictures to what Charles referenced, to where you see dogs, German shepherds, you see the hoses. So this is a precursor to all that. Some of the planning,
some of the planning and the thinking behind it. They called it Project C. C standing for confrontation. And it was a means that they were going to go out, do selective buying campaigns, boycotts and sit-ins and things in the city of Birmingham to bring notoriety to what's considered, the most segregated, city of its size, in this country. And so I think Fred knew that Bull was going to, have some type of say about
absolutely
what went on.
Bull said, y'all ain't finna do this right
now. Not in my town, but that's why I always it's the superhero and the villain kind of thing. You Spider-Man does something and you wondering what Dr. Octopus is gonna do. And so Bull tried to meet them with what he thought was sufficient. You're already using the children now to fill the jails. King is locked up. He's writing his letter from a Birmingham jail. So Fred kind of has leeway to do things his way.
Right.
And he's doing them. And he's getting it done.
So King wasn't a fan of the kids being involved.
No, not in the beginning.
What was Fred's perspective on it?
I think Fred, he thought it was dangerous as well.
I think, and I think anyone that has children would be like, all right, hold on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we've dealt with them before. Right. We don't know how they're going to receive children. Are they going to see them as children? Or are they just going to see them as people with black skin?
Right.
And they saw them as people with black skin as well.
But this is me talking.
Absolutely.
Kind of just analyzing. Kind of analyzing these situations and stuff. And Fred being a military man, I think he saw the numbers and was like, it's not like we can't do it. I mean, like leveraging the numbers of these young people who were enthusiastic about doing this thing.
Oh, they loved it.
Man, they loved it. We got to use that.
Yeah.
We got to use that. And so they got student leaders and other folks that they know could garner crowds at their schools and stuff and sat them down and talked about what they were thinking about doing.
Yep.
And the dangers of it.
Yep.
What could happen, what might happen. But once again, I don't think anybody anticipated the idea about these dogs and these water hoses.
And this wasn't just Birmingham, like the 99 communities within Birmingham. This was best folks coming from Bessemer, Fairfield, like every and I think what I've always enjoyed about the story of Project C is that it was the kids.
The kids.
It was the young people, right? Like there really isn't an age limit to make change, and even their excitement on something that was criminal activity. They're like, yeah, you got locked up, I got locked, you know, like
right. They were excited
because they
about
knew
it.
that they were a part of the movement,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And even you know, hearing this, and also I'm thinking about, you know, the C representing confrontation. I was like, man, that C represents community. That C represents communication. That C represents, you know, cooperation. You know what I'm saying? And